Murray Mexted, the former All Blacks forward, has made some bold statements regarding the current British and Irish Lions squad, particularly their performance on their recent tour in Australia. Despite the Lions winning most of their matches, they stumbled in the last test against the Wallabies, a result that left many questioning their overall strength. Mexted was particularly critical, suggesting that if the Lions had managed to secure a clean sweep, it would have been a disgrace for Australian rugby. In Mexted's eyes, the Lions team simply doesn't measure up to the standards set by teams like the All Blacks or the Springboks. He argued that while players like Maro Itoje and Tom Curry put in decent performances during the series, not one of them would make it into a hypothetical World 15. This is an interesting take, especially considering Itoje's reputation as one of the game's top locks. But Mexted dismissed this notion, saying that when you compare him to the likes of Brodie Retallick or Sam Whitelock, Itoje simply does not stack up. What do you think, All Blacks fans? Is Mexted justified in his criticism? Do you believe any Lions players deserve a spot in a World 15? Go All Blacks in the comments. Mexted's comments raise an intriguing debate about the strength of the current Lions team and their overall standing in the rugby world. It's worth considering how this Lions squad compares to past iterations that have faced the All Blacks. Can you imagine how a team like the 1993 Lions would fare against the current All Blacks? His remarks about the Wallabies being at their weakest also spark further discussion. Is Australian rugby going through a rough patch, or is there hope for a comeback? The excitement around the Lions tour certainly brought a unique atmosphere to the matches, but does that translate into a competitive rugby landscape? As passionate supporters of the All Blacks, we should be keen to hear your thoughts. Where do you stand on Mexted's comments? Which players do you think should be in a World 15? Be sure to drop your city and your opinions below. Let's get a lively discussion going. It's exciting times for All Blacks fans as head coach Scott Robertson has announced that all 37 players from the squad will make the trip to Argentina for the opening matches of the Rugby Championship. The anticipation is building as New Zealand prepares to kick off the tournament against Los Pumas on August 16th in Cordoba, followed by another showdown in Buenos Aires on August 23rd. Fans can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that key players like Scott Barrett and Beauden Barrett are included in the squad. Both brothers faced injury concerns during the recent series against France, with Scott dealing with an Achilles issue and Beauden nursing a hand injury. It's great to see them back in the mix, especially considering their leadership and skill on the field. Tamati Williams and Wallace Satidi, who missed out on the France series due to their own injuries, are also set to be part of this important trip. It's a testament to the team's depth that, even with injuries, the All Blacks can still field a formidable side. What do you think about the selection? Are you excited to see the Barrett brothers back in action? Go All Blacks in the comments. Robertson has shown confidence in players like Williams, who is on the mend, but expected to be fit for the second test. The coach also highlighted the addition of Tevita Mafilio, an uncapped prop from the Hurricanes, which adds a layer of strength to the front row. It's great to hear that Robertson believes in Mafilio's potential, describing him as a solid and versatile player. This could be a chance for him to prove himself on the international stage. The return of Scott Barrett is particularly uplifting. The captain has been looking sharp during his recovery, and it sounds like he's been putting in the work to ensure he's in prime condition for the upcoming matches. Beauden's recovery is also promising, and the prospect of seeing him back on the field is something every All Blacks fan is looking forward to. As we gear up for these matches in Argentina, it's crucial for the team to find their rhythm early in the tournament. The All Blacks have a reputation to uphold as three-time world champions, and it would be ideal to start the campaign with strong performances against Los Pumas. What are your thoughts on the squad and the upcoming matches? Which player are you most excited to see in action? Let us know where you're from and how you feel about the All Blacks chances in the comments. Jeff Wilson, the legendary All Black, has some strong opinions about the recent British and Irish Lions series against the Wallabies. After the Lions clinched a 2-1 series victory, Wilson didn't hold back in expressing his disappointment with their performance, particularly in the final test where Australia turned the tables and won 22-12. Fans, what do you think of the Lions' inability to secure a clean sweep? Go All Blacks in the comments. Wilson pointed out that the Lions were fortunate to escape with a series victory. He believes that had Australia won the second test, the outcome of the third might have been very different. It raises an interesting question. Just how strong is this Lions team when compared to the likes of the All Blacks? Wilson seems to think the Lions fell short, especially considering that the overall performance of the home nations in recent years has been lackluster. France may have won the 2025 Six Nations, but only England made it to the Rugby World Cup semifinals, and that's not exactly a strong showing. On top of that, Wilson criticized head coach Andy Farrell, suggesting that the Lions were not as formidable as the Ireland team he currently coaches. It makes you wonder, could the All Blacks have fared better against Australia than the Lions did? Wilson believes the Lions should be grateful for their win, especially after their shaky performance in Sydney. The Australian team certainly showed up with a fierce attitude, which Wilson felt the Lions lacked. Does this reflect a deeper issue with the Lions' mindset heading into tough matches? Stephen Donald, another former All Black, echoed Wilson's sentiments, noting the difference in attitudes between the two teams. It's clear that the Wallabies were hungry for victory, while the Lions appeared to be somewhat complacent after securing the series. This brings to mind the grit and determination that we expect from our All Blacks, who never take a game lightly. As All Blacks fans, we can take a moment to appreciate the resilience and relentless spirit that our team embodies. The way they prepare and approach each match is crucial for success. What do you think? Is this a wake-up call for the Lions? Or do they still have what it takes to compete at the highest level? Let's hear your thoughts, and don't forget to comment with your city and your opinion about the All Blacks. The discussion is always better when we share our passion. Go All Blacks! What a weekend it was for rugby fans. While the British and Irish Lions were busy wrapping up their series against the Wallabies, it's hard not to cast an eye toward our beloved All Blacks. Yes, the Wallabies ended their series with a 22-12 victory, a match that had its fair share of drama and showcased some impressive individual performances, something we always keep an eye out for as All Black supporters. Now, let's talk about the Wallabies' performance. They came into the final test after two tough losses, and you could see their determination to end the series on a high note. Despite facing nasty weather conditions, they managed to keep their composure and executed their game plan effectively. It's a reminder that every match counts, and as fans of the All Blacks, we know how important momentum is heading into future competitions. What do you think? Should we be concerned about the Wallabies finding their form, or is it just a flash in the pan? Go All Blacks in the comments. Speaking of standout performances, Tyg Byrne from the Lions certainly left his mark on the series. He was named Player of the Series, and it's hard not to appreciate his skill and tenacity on the field. Watching a player dominate like that is something we always hope to see from our own All Blacks. Byrne's ability to contribute on both sides of the ball is something that any team would cherish. How do you rank our All Blacks in comparison to players like him? Well, Skelton also had a noteworthy outing for the Wallabies, showing off his physicality and ball-carrying skills. He may not be a jumping lock, but his presence in the rucks and mauls is vital for his team. It makes you wonder how our All Blacks would handle such a formidable force. Do we have the depth and strength in our pack to match that level of physicality? And let's not overlook Nick White, who played his final test and made a significant impact. His experience and tactical play shown through even in tough conditions. As All Black supporters, we know the value of seasoned players in high-pressure situations. Who do you think in our current squad embodies that same kind of leadership and skill? Now, shifting gears a bit, Lima Sopuaga made a triumphant return to the NPC with Waikato, scoring a crucial last-minute try to seal a comeback victory. It's great to see former All Blacks back in action, reminding fans of their talents. Sopuaga's journey back to New Zealand rugby is something many of us can rally behind. Does this make you hopeful for our depth at fly half moving forward? On the flip side, the Lions were not at their best in that final test. They seemed to struggle to adapt to the conditions, which is a stark reminder of how critical adaptability is in rugby. As All Blacks fans, we pride ourselves on our ability to pivot and adjust on the fly. How do you think our team would have fared in similar conditions? Finally, it's concerning to hear about Carlo Tizzano being dropped after facing online abuse. Such incidents can overshadow the sport we love. As passionate fans of the All Blacks, we should promote respect and positivity, both on and off the field. How do you think we can support our players better in this regard? Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts about the All Blacks and how they stack up against the competition, and let us know where you're tuning in from. What's your take on our team's prospects moving forward? Comment below with your opinions and the name of your city. Go All Blacks!